Hello, Beatbox family. I'm way back here right now because this chair has basically no back support, so I'm just giving my back a rest. Anyways, even though I've seen this video before, I wanted to watch this after I watched the MB14 versus Slizzer. Also, I haven't seen it in a while, and I want to give my take on it, although I probably won't have much to say about it, but I really want to re-experience this Saro's drops and toxicity cover and everything. So, well, if you want to know more about me, I'll put info card to my first video where I basically explain that, so I didn't have to explain it every single video. But let's just get into this thing.
I say the twa, you say the turn the twa!
Beatbox.
Like this. All right.
Got lightheaded. Stressed too much. It's interesting watching these videos back, and like the first time I watched this, I didn't know who Hiss was. But now I'm like, oh, there's Hiss. Yeah. I mean, this part is a bit boring. I mean, it's gotta be needed for, like, the sound, but... I love that line.
Everything you prayed for, everything you prayed for me.
The texture of his... So something I immediately want to check is, like, so he did all those harmonies, but were they used? 1 second.
Everything you prayed
Were the harmonies he did in the beginning just used for that last drop, or what? I'm a bit confused about what exactly those harmonies did in the beginning, what he was setting up there, if it was just this or not. But if it was just this, then it's definitely not worth the payoff isn't worth the amount of time that he put in to all those harmonies. I mean, it's pretty sick, but I think apart from having a really long build-up, I really liked sort of the song structure. The singing, it's just such a catchy vocal line. Everything you prayed for. And I mean, apart from sounding... apart from sounding really good the way that he does it, it's just great for viewer entertainment. I mean, especially for people watching the video for the first time that don't know about that. It's like, what the hell? Oh, what is that? That's so ridiculous, but it sounds so great. And then he goes into setting up the next drop and sort of just added another harmony bit, which is a bit interesting to do. I'm not sure how much that added to the whole piece, if that was really necessary, or if he could have replaced that with something else that could have sounded a bit better. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Trying to analyze it, even though I really don't have much expertise in LOOPSTATIon. I mean, I don't have expertise in LOOPSTATIon. Never used one.
Saro.
So.
He has 3 minutes. You already know what to do. I say the twa, you say the done the in twa.
Beatbox. It's a pretty fast build-up. There's a lot of sounds and did pretty quick. I love the smile on MB14's face when he came over. He's like, "What the fuck is going on? What are you doing?" I mean, he didn't add much into the drop, but the way he came in just makes you excited for it. Just the hi-hat. What I was listening to at the end is just the nope. I don't know how to replicate the sound to exactly explain. Maybe I'll go back and just show it to you. But the melody underneath is just sort of like it just seems sort of scattered and sort of like glitchy, but it just works so well. I really respect that a lot when you can put certain bits of percussion or even bits of melody in strange places in the track. I don't know, and still be able to like have really nice flow, because a lot of that's really difficult, a lot more difficult than normal to get it, because you have to be really precise with that sort of stuff. If it's just a little bit off, you can be like too sort of like hi-hats maybe too close together or too far apart, and it's like whenever that comes around in the loop, because you can't really change it, you'd have to record it and that'd take a lot more time. It's like it just keeps being in your mind that like, ooh, that bit doesn't really sound great. Something I noticed that I really liked was just the texture of the yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. I just noticed that I really liked the texture when listening to it back. And the only way he added to the beat, I'm pretty sure, the first time was just a hi-hat, and then he sort of added more sounds under it later that were referenced back to like the first drop or whatever. But it's just a complete piece that is always entertaining and always expanding on itself and referencing different sounds that he used earlier. He's able to reuse them in a different way instead of having to record something totally different. He's able to take what he's given and just use it in a different way, and it takes so much creativity. And man, yeah, he's good. I mean, he's all right. I could probably do better if I, practice for like a week or something, but.
Round one. 100% proof. Beatbox is music. It's on MB14. It's on MB14. Round 2. You already know what to do. I say the trois, you say the done, et trois.
Something my brother pointed out to me, because he listened to a lot of System of a Down when he was younger and loves them, and he was like, the melody's not the same. He's like, this point it goes up, not stays the same or something.
Software version 7.0. Looking at life through the eyes of a tired heart. As a pastime activity, the toxicity of our city.
Yo, why on the world? Honey on disorder. Now, somewhere between that sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder. No transition.
I was gonna kill Saro, but then I got high.
I was gonna get up and find the loop.
I'm sort of
Then I got high.
sad that he did a bunch of things and cut that one short and had to start over, but
Yeah, because I got high.
that
Because I
Toxicity
got
cover
high.
is
Because
one of
I
my
got high.
favorite covers.
Yo, time.
Sucker.
You know.
All right, so basically, I don't think I was just thinking for a second that I don't really have much to add to this. First of all, before I get to the System of a Down cover, I'll just say that the two sort of routines, I guess you might call them, although they were very short, it was just like sort of disappointing, you know? It's like this round was going so well, and then it's just two sort of things that are random and seem out of place, like he didn't really plan for this. Something that I just wanted to mention again, if maybe you couldn't hear me for some reason, is that my brother mentioned that the melody that he was doing wasn't the actual melody. Like there was a note or two that were out of place, and I don't know if that was just a conscious decision to like simplify, or if it was like that he thought it was that way, so he did it that way without sort of checking the exact pitches or something. But I don't know. After just watching MB14 versus Slizzer, it's interesting to see him do that bit in the beginning where it's just sort of like one loop. And that's a really creative way to use that into the sort of chorus. Every time I hear this, I'm sort of disappointed again by the low singing that he does leading up to the chorus, especially with like Tire Hub. He doesn't quite hit the low note. He is much better in the chorus since it's higher. I think maybe this vocal was just a bit too low for him, but I'm sure with being on the stage and doing all this other stuff, it's hard to focus on the vocal and the texture of it and the pitch of it all at the same time, but just a bit out of pitch. I don't think I really have much else to say about that. I almost lost my voice there. I don't know. Hey, there's Maddox, the cameraman. That's another thing, watching these things back, seeing Maddox as the cameraman. I never knew who Maddox was, but I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
I say the toi, you say the deux, and the un, and toi.
Duh, beatbox. That's so sick how quickly he does that. I think the high harmony is a bit pitchy. MB14's constantly looking at his loop station. Oh, it's so busted. Oh, it's so sick. I love that.
Time. Keep it going, keep it going. Standing ovation from the judges. Keep it going. Come on now, make some noise for that battle. Whew. 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 Hey.
Sorry, I
If you want to vote.
I think I spaced it out a bit for a second.
Hold on.
Ish.
Ish. Swish? Ish. Okay, cool. If you want to vote for Saro to go to the finals, you go to this side. If you want to vote for MB14,
I'll comment
you go
on
to
it
this side.
in just a
Judges, you already
second.
know what to do. When your voice cracks and important stuff, hey, what are you going to do? It's been a lot of yelling. But who's moving on to the finals? Found that one funny, don't you? I'm here until Sunday. I say 3, y'all say 2.
The French guy.
In 3, 2, 1. Make some noise for Saro! Make some noise one more time for MB14 right now, please.
I wouldn't know really what to do if I had like a camera sort of pointed at my face. I'm like, do I look at it? Do I just sort of like glance at it and be like, hey, and then sort of just pretend it's not there or something? I think for this last one, I'm just gonna go back and look at different parts of it. So, I mean, for both of these rounds, he builds his beats so quickly. The little, this thing coming up. That's so sick. Oh. It's so perfect. Okay, and moving forward to the first drop. I said that this was a bit pitchy, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not crazy about the texture of this sound, but That's nice. I mean, of course, the way he comes into this drop. The way he comes into the drop is sick. And then probably my favorite part of the routine is that's such a nice touch. I mean, it's the same, like, exact thing, and that's just like keep the audience in suspense. It's crazy. Whenever I pause it, I'm like, geez, my room's so quiet. Yeah, but both before the drop and in the middle of the drop there, when he sort of took it back and then came back in with it. I don't know the correct terminology for that, but I mean, it keeps the listener in suspense, and they're like grooving, and then they're like, what's going on here? Come back in hard. Like, why'd it stop? Oh man, I don't know. Subversion of expectations, surprises that aren't like way out of left field, that just take someone off guard and quickly puts them back in without being too long for them to lose interest. There's like a perfect balance of being able to use silence, or at least taking away a lot of the sounds for them to come back in. That's something that he sort of showed mastery in, that takes a lot of people a long time to figure out. I was just thinking for a second that it's kind of funny that the sound that beatboxers need to learn how to use that doesn't really come naturally is just silence. There's certain ways to use it to make your routine better by not making noise at a particular time, which is, I've never really thought of it that way, but yeah, I mean, you learn all the sounds, and then you learn how to use silence to just create a good, I just never thought of that before. That's a pretty cool thing I just came up with. That's pretty much all I've got for this video. Just thinking about Saro, actually, I haven't really heard much from him or like anything at all. I don't remember anything except sort of like MB14 and Saro, their tag team LOOPSTATION showcase. But I'd really love to see like a Saro GBB showcase, if he's like a judge, or just like how Beardy Man came up and did his thing, Jin Shinozaki, both these guys on the 2019. Just see how much he's improved, what different techniques he's come up with. If anyone has a good recommendation for something that takes place more recently, then let me know, and if I should react to it on camera or just watch it on my own. But yeah, it's not to just go on a whole rant here, but it's just in my mind, so I want to get it out. It's interesting that like at the sort of peak of certain people's careers, like D-Lo after he won, Codfish after he won, he came back the next year, but D-Lo after he won just wanted to be a judge. So I think that's interesting that like some people choose not to do battles and instead just sort of end up making different sorts of music, or maybe taking a sort of hiatus, or like taking a break for like an unidentified amount of time. It's interesting because like as a listener, I selfishly want them to never stop battling, always be doing as much as they can, but I understand like as a person, sometimes you want to be like, I just want to take a break from battling and maybe take a break from doing this stuff and do this stuff. Like as a person, I can understand taking breaks, and maybe you burn yourself out by working too hard on like the LOOPSTATION stuff and want to do other stuff. But selfishly as a viewer, I'm like, gosh, I really want you to come back and do all this stuff because I want to hear you so much, but I understand that could be a bit exhausting. And now that is all I wanted to say, so now I'm gonna head into the outro and say that if you want to check out the original channel, which is Swiss Beatbox, it's like I was trying to say Swiss wristwatch or something, but I just messed it up because I suck at speaking. As well as in the description, and in the description as well is the original video, and I've put both Saro and MB14's Instagrams down there as well. So check them out. Of course, if you were to like, I'd really appreciate it. Comment any reaction suggestions. Take into account that I have seen a lot. I've been watching Beatbox for a while, so I might have seen some of the things, but I'll definitely take it into consideration and put a lot of the things you have down there on a list. If you've noticed that 240 out of 1,000 subs goal, I planned to get 1,000 subs, which means that I'll be able to monetize my videos and be able to then put more energy and time into it as a result by the end of July, which I think is definitely possible, especially considering that only 96.7 of my watch time is from subscribers. So you should definitely hit subscribe because you should feel really bad for me that that's so low. Anyway, I mean, a lot of the reason that I'm falling behind schedule, I guess, is just because I've been honestly pretty lazy, but I really hope to keep putting out a lot more content and keep improving. So if you were to sub now, you'll be an OG, because I'm never gonna stop for as long as I can think into the future. And you want to be one of the first 1,000, cause I'm going places, baby. Oh, God, I can really be the king of cringe when I try to be. And last but not least, up there is my Instagram. I have it there. I don't really post on it that much, but if you want to DM me anything about either yourself, just want to give me praise, or have some personal questions for me, something like that, you can. I'd love to talk to anybody. So hit me up. I haven't done this for a while, but I think I'm gonna actually do a cover this time and do Toxicity over, just singing over MB14's part. So I'll just do that for the outro. So until tomorrow, until next time, I'll see you, Beatbox family.
Conversion software version 7.0. Looking at eyes through the eyes of a tire hub. Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, Yo, why on the world? Honey on disorder. Now, somewhere between that sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder. No transition.